Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Vela for anybody that is new, and today I'm doing my very much requested to do a full drugstore makeup tutorial. So everything that I am using today is going to be on the drugstore side of Ulta, and I found when doing this little drugstore makeup tutorial when I was going to buy products that I found a lot of good dupes for some expensive products that I've been using a lot lately. So you will see that in this video to come. I'm going to be doing a talk through video today, which is very rare for me to do because my dogs are insane and bark at everything. So it's kind of hard for me to do that. So hopefully they will stay quiet throughout the video. Fingers crossed. But anyway, I did go shopping and I did buy this bag full of makeup products from the drugstore, or from Ulta obviously, but the drugstore side of Ulta, and it was all under $100, which that's saying a lot because usually you can go into Sephora and spend $100 on 2 products, and that is not an exaggeration at all. Let's get started. Alright, so starting off, we will be going in with our primer. This is the L'Oreal Master Primer. My skin is oily, for those of you who do not know, so I need things that are going to keep me matte throughout the day and also minimize my pores. So that's what we're going to be going in with today. Now I will say this is the second time that I've used this since I bought this product. But the first time I used it, it worked pretty well. It does have a scent to it for those people who do not like scents. There is a scent to this, but it doesn't really bother me too much unless it's like overpowering scent that's like too much to handle. But no, this didn't really bother me too much. It's tacky, which is good. You want your primer to be tacky so your foundation has something to stick and cling to. Once we've primed our skin, what I usually go in it with is the brows, and I'm so excited to talk about this product. You don't even understand. So for everybody who does not know, my ride or die brow pencil that I always go for is the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow definer. Guys, I think I found its replacement. This is the Maybelline Total Temptation Brow Definer, and I'm in the shade 305 Soft Brown. It has a little angled tip for the actual brow part, and then it has a little spoolie at the end. Now the spoolie on this one is smaller than my Anastasia brow definer, but let me tell you something that works just as good as my Anastasia brow definer. So it's like next to impossible for me to talk while doing my brows, so just to let you know, I have to like be focused because this is no joke. Alright, so now that my brows are done, what I usually do next is I carve out my brows and kind of clean up any mistakes that I made while doing them. And what I use to do that is concealer, and what I always use anyway, even if it's not a drugstore tutorial or a drugstore makeup look, is my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. And I am in the shade Fair, because I'm pale as heck. So yeah, that's the shade I am in. And what I usually do is I'll take a little dab of that on the back of my hand, and then I'll go in with a flat brush like this one right here. Now this brush is not from Morphe, but I think it is an affordable brush. It does not have a brand name on it, but I'm pretty sure this came in an Amazon brush set that my boyfriend bought for me for Christmas a few years ago. So what I usually do is once I put that on the back of my hand, I'll go in with that brush and just kind of tap it in there lightly, and then I'll go in and clean up my brows. And that is what it looks like. So now that that is done, what I'm going to do is take that same concealer and use that to prime my eyes for the makeup look. And again, I'm using that same Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. Same situation. And now I'll just take my Morphe little beauty sponge. And this is like, I believe, $7 for Morphe. And you can get them at Ulta as well now, because Ulta is inside, Morphe is inside of Ulta now. Thank goodness. Good job, Ulta, on collabing with them. Not necessarily collabing with them, but bringing them into your store, because that was a good decision on both Morphe and Ulta's part. So I'll go ahead and blend out that concealer on both sides. And then once that is done, I'll be taking my RCMA No Color Powder. Now, unfortunately, this is not inside of a drugstore, but it is affordable. You can get it online. I haven't really tried too many drugstore setting powders. I know the Coty Airspun powder is like a really good setting powder, but I have not purchased that yet. Don't ask me why. I need to try that out, so I will get back with you. But this is $12 online, so it is still an affordable option for you as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that setting powder, and I'm going to use that to set my primer on my concealer on my eyes. So what I'm going to do is take my beauty sponge and just tap out to make sure no creasing has happened, and then I'll go in and set that concealer to lock that concealer in place and make sure there is no creasing throughout the day for this eyeshadow. Okay, so for eyeshadow today, we will be going in with the Wet n Wild Rosé in the Air, which is this little eyeshadow palette right here. I was trying so hard to find this, guys. Like, it was sold out in so many places because it's $4.99. Anyway, getting on to the makeup look. To start off this look, we're going to go in with this first transition shade right here. And the brush that I will be using is the Morphe R37 brush right here. Alright, so going in with that transition shade, we're going to place that all in the crease area. Oh, I'm excited. It does seem to be blending out pretty well, which is a great thing. Alright, so I'm not too sure what kind of makeup look I want to do today. I'm kind of feeling like something like glam and dramatic, just to show, like, you know, you can do dramatic with drugstore products too, but I don't really know. So stay tuned. We'll find out as we go along. So yeah. Alright, so next shade I'm going to be going in with is this shade right here. And I'm going to place that in the crease area once again. But this is going to go right below that transition shade. And I'm using that same brush, the R37, just FYI. Nothing has changed there. We're going to go in with this shade right here. It's safe to say that the pigment is definitely there. So what I'm doing is I'm going to keep this on the lower part, or on the outer corner of my lid, and I'm going to start blending it up into the crease and blending it out little by little, but keeping it all on the outer part of my eye. And then as the shadow starts to kind of wear off of the brush, I'm going to start blending in towards the inner part of my eye. And I'm sorry, I'm using the Morphe M433. So yeah, this is how the eye looks so far. Using this eyeshadow palette, I have no complaints so far. Everything seems to be blending out really nicely and seems to be very pigmented. So for the next shade, I'm going to be going in with this shade right here. It's like a darker red shade. And I'm just going to place that right in the outer part of my lid, right here, the outer corner, and just keep it very low in the crease, very, very low in the crease. I'm just kind of patting it on. I'm not really swiping left to right too much. I am blending it a little bit in the crease, but mainly just patting on the outer portion of my lid. And again, just taking that blending brush. This time I don't add any additional product. I'm just kind of just blending everything out to make sure everything looks nice and soft. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is like a shimmery champagne looking shade. And to do that, I'm using the Morphe M167. I'm going to try to use this without Fix Plus, oh my lord, without my setting spray to kind of dampen my brush at first, just to see how it applies without adding any water to it. Alright, so this is how it looks without any additional water added to it to just kind of make it more metallic. It's not crazy like metallic, it's more like a light shimmer, but it is very pretty. I am going to go in with a second layer. So basically what I'm doing for this eye look is I'm kind of just taking this eyeshadow and placing it in the inner part of my eye and bring it towards the center to meet that berry shade at the outer corner and kind of blend into that berry shade for a nice like little transition or gradient effect is what I'm looking for. And I am kind of keeping the crease kind of sharp with this eyeshadow to make it like a half cut crease, but nothing too crazy. And then I'll just go in with the Morphe M433 and blend that berry shade into the champagne shade. And this is the first eye. I really love how this eyeshadow palette performed. It definitely surprised me. I was kind of iffy on it because I wasn't too sure how it was going to work out, but I am not disappointed at all. It is very, very pretty. Right now we're going to go in with some eyeliner, and you guys already know, you see me use this all the time. I'll be using my NYX eyeliner, and this is the matte eyeliner that they have. This eyeliner is so good. I cannot live without it. In fact, when I bought this, because I just went through like 4 bottles, I kid you not, I've gone through 4 bottles already. I went and bought, when I was buying my drugstore stuff, I went and bought 2 more bottles of this because I cannot live without this eyeliner. We made it through the eyeliner. So now let's go ahead and get started on the face. Now that I got you zoomed out, let's go ahead and get started. Again, this next product that I'm about to use, you have seen me use so many times on camera. This is one of my Ride or Die foundations from the drugstore. In fact, this is one of my Ride or Die foundations in general. I absolutely love this foundation, and as much as I love my other like more expensive foundations, I just always gravitate back towards this one. It is just such a good foundation. It is the L'Oreal Pro Matte 24 Hour Wear L'Oreal Foundation. That was a lot to say. So I'm in the shade 102 Shell Beige, which is actually like a shade too dark for me, but that's fine because normally what I do is I'll mix it in with another foundation. So for instance, today I'll be using the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. Now this is for dry skin, and I do not have dry skin, I have oily skin. So what I'll do is I'll just like put this on the back of my hand and then take a dab of the Pro Glow and put it into that foundation and mix it together. And it works perfectly together. It gives me that healthy glow without giving me that oil, the excess oil that I do not need on my face. So on the Pro Glow foundation, I'm the shade 201 Classic Ivory. Alright, and once that is mixed in, I'll just take that and dab it on my face like so. You guys have seen me apply my foundation several times, so for those of you who are new, now you're learning my foundation routine. Then I'll just take my beauty sponge and again just start dabbing that all over my face to blend out my foundation. I always feel like I make like the stupidest looking faces when I'm doing my foundation and concealer. And once that is done, I will blend it down my neck as well to make sure my face and neck match, because that is extremely important. Alright, so once that is done, I'll be going back in with my Maybelline Fit Me Concealer and using that to conceal and highlight. And again, blend everything out. And once we have applied our concealer, now it's time to set it. And again, I'm going to be using my RCMA No Color Powder to do so. And I'll be taking that on my beauty sponge and just tapping that under my eye. And for the rest of my face, I'll be using my Maybelline Fit Me Setting Powder. And this is in the shade Light. I'll be using this on my big powder brush. This is my Morphe E41 brush. This brush is literally the size of my face. So it gets the job done quickly. And again, it's important to set the foundation on your neck as well. Alright, so this next product I'm about to use, I'm very excited to use as well. And it is another Wet n Wild product. So it's $4.99. And it is their contouring and highlighting little palette. And the brush I'm going to be using for this is the Morphe R10, which is this little brush right here. And to bronze, I'll be using my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, which you guys have seen me use this several times. This is in the shade Light Bronzer. And for this, I'll be using my Morphe R2, which is just this big bronzer brush right here. Alright, and for blush, I'll be using the Makeup Revolution blush in the shade Loved Me the Best. And the brush I'll be using is the M530. Alright, so now that we have the majority of my face done, besides the lips and the highlight, which we will get back to, let's go ahead and finish off the eyes real quick. For the waterline, which is right in here, I'll be using the Maybelline Blackest Black Eye Studio Gel Liner, which you guys have seen me use this several times, especially during Halloween. You saw this come out a lot. And for the brush, I will be using the Morphe M217. It's a little angled eyeliner brush right here. And I'll just apply that to my waterline. And I know it does look creepy, so if you don't feel comfortable doing that, NYX has some great eyeliner pencils as well that you can use. So that's a great option if you want to go with that. I just like to use this because the gel liner does last all day. So, and it's waterproof at that too, so it's even better. Alright, now that is done, I'll be going back into the eyeshadow palette. I'll be taking this berry shade again and placing that on the lower lash line and tight lining with that. And I'll be using the Morphe M432. And I'm just going to place this on the outer corner and bring it in just a little bit. Then I'm going to go in with the Morphe E18, which is this little smudger brush right here. And then I'll go in with this little light purple shade right here and blend out my lower lash line. But for mascara, I'm going to use the Essence Beauty Lash Princess Mascara. Alright, so for my next product, I'll be going in with the Maybelline Master Holographic Highlighter. This highlight right here, now I do have to warn you, it is very, very glittery. So there is a lot of glitter in it, but it is a very beautiful highlight. It has that like duochrome look to it. So there's like flakes of like purple and pink in there. So it's such a pretty highlight. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go in with the Morphe M501 highlighting brush. And then highlight first, and then I'll go in with my sponge just to make everything pop and stand out. So see, it is a very pretty highlight. There's just a lot of glitter in it. And once that is done, I'm going to take the flat side, the other side that I did not use for foundation, and I'm just going to dip that into the highlighter so that way it's nice and coated like that. And I'm just going to apply that to my cheekbones. See how it just like takes your highlight to the next level when you use a beauty sponge? And I will blend all this out because it is a little crazy looking right now, but I love this technique. Again, if you don't want your highlight to be blinding like this, definitely skip this step. Alright, so now that that is done, it is on to the lips. And for the lips, I'll be using, again, the Wet n Wild Mega Last Liquid Cat Suit. So it's the liquid lipstick. It does dry matte, and I'll be using the shades 923B, which is pink really hard. And then I'll be using the shade 926B, which is Berry Recognize. So I'm going to go in with Berry Recognize first. And then I'll go in with the shade Pink Really Hard. To set my brows, because you want to make sure your brows are not moving, I'm going to use the NYX Control Freak Gel Eyebrow Gel, which is this right here. And to me, this has completely replaced my Anastasia Brow Gel as well, because it works just as good as that one. And then to set the rest of the face, I will be going in with my new favorite setting spray, which is the Maybelline Master Fix by FaceStudio. Alright guys, so this is a finished makeup look. I hope you all enjoyed this makeup look, and I hope you got some great ideas for some products that you can get from the drugstore. Just because it's a drugstore side does not mean it's not good quality, because you see this glam look all came together from all drugstore products. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And if you have not hit that subscribe button yet, then girl, go ahead and hit it, because we're in the middle of this giveaway. I will link all lists of the details down below for you so you can figure out how to enter. If you have any video requests, please let me know. And I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.